Welcome to another Sunday WOAY ABC4 Community Forum, where we talk to community leaders and local success stories to discuss important information that affects all of us here in Southern West Virginia. I'm your host, Brandy Lawrence. And today we are joined by another distinguished guest. Tina Pannell, who is the president of the Beckley Juneteenth Committee, joins us this morning to discuss the upcoming 19th annual Juneteenth celebration. Thanks so much for joining us on the forum.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. So, Juneteenth is still kind of new to some people. They may not know exactly what it's about. So could you give like a brief overview for the people out there?
Absolutely. So in 1865, the president, who was Lincoln at the time, signed a proclamation that allowed the slaves to become free. However, in Texas, they didn't feel as if they knew all the information, so they didn't know for another 2 years. So Freedom Day to a lot of people is really, really important because now we can celebrate Freedom Day, we can celebrate learning about our history and our education, but most importantly, have a Jubilee.
Definitely, definitely. And you've been doing this for 19 years with the Juneteenth celebration. So what really inspired you all to start doing this here, in West Virginia?
Well, first of all, I didn't know about Juneteenth until I moved to Minnesota. However, here in Beckley, a lady by the name of Connie McKeever, she moved here from Ohio. And 19 years ago, she started Juneteenth here locally. She has since passed, so God rest her soul. So we will be doing a Freedom Walk on behalf of her this year. So I'll tell you more about that whenever you are ready.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And you had a couple of things here for us to speak about the Juneteenth committee. So.
Yes, so this is the 19th Juneteenth event. And on June 16th at Leisure Lanes, kids bowl free. So if you go online for any child that would like to bowl on the 16th from 12 to 5, they can get registered and they can bowl for free. And that's not only for Juneteenth, but the whole summer. Then on the 17th, Saturday at 9 a.m., we will be at the historical Hunter Cemetery on Antonio over in East Beckley, where we open up with prayer. Then we take flags. And what we do with the flags is we put them on all of the headstones of anyone who served in our armed forces. Then from there, we will take that Freedom Walk I was talking to you about for Connie McKeever, and we're going to walk from Hunter Cemetery all the way to the end of Smoot Avenue, which is right across the street from Stratton, which is a historically black high school, and they're closing the original school and opening the new one. So there's mixed feelings, but there's always new breath that we breathe with everything new that comes along.
Definitely. So.
Then from 12 to 5, we will be at the New River Park, where we will hold a concert. We'll also have fun, food, and prizes, of course. And then we will also be having singers, local singers, come and sing their heart out just because. And then on June 18th, at Graney Park, which is over in Fayetteville, Oak Hill area, there will be a barbecue and picnic from 4 to 8. And then there's something else going on at the Women's Club on the 19th, which is recognizing Father's Day for Juneteenth. There's a card party. 5 p.m. Sunday, June 18th. Beckley Women's Club, 202 Park Avenue. There's a live DJ, music from the 60s and 70s, and brisket on the smoker with all fixings. So you don't want to miss this.
Definitely.
And I believe it's $10 just to enter and $12.50 to play. Yes.
And for the, you got days, full of events and things going on. Are you looking for any, volunteers or anybody out there in the community that could help out?
This is a call for help. Anyone that would like to volunteer, all you need to do is look me up on Facebook. We have not yet prepared like a Facebook page for Juneteenth, but great things are happening. What I mean by that is I was approached at the council meeting about 3 weeks ago, and a very wonderful man by the name of Robert Dunlap, he approached me and said that he would like to help by writing our 501c3, and also the firm will pay for the filing fees for our 501c3. So
that's awesome.
I'm so totally excited. I couldn't be any more excited to be a part of Beckley's community, because we are Beckley strong.
Absolutely,
Yes.
definitely. And I love that you all are bringing this to not just Beckley, and a little bit in, Mount Hope, so we're
Yes.
a little in Fayette County too.
Yes.
So, and, it's just days full of, really recognizing Juneteenth for, the important holiday that it is.
Yes.
And
yes.
most people have the day off. We won't. The news never stops. But
We'll come out and get a hot dog.
definitely, we'll sneak out a little bit and go, join the festivities. So
That'll be wonderful.
and I see, you were talking about, there are also vendors. So are you all still looking for any more vendors? Or are you kind of?
Yes, you can sign up for vendor participation all the way up until the day of Juneteenth, because we don't know, there's not a site where vendors can, let it be known that they are vendors. So we're still learning about vendors here in Beckley. So I'm just basically riding around, and if I see one, I'll stop and say, hey, if you'd like to participate, this is how you go about it, and I'll be your point of contact.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So any small businesses or anybody local, want to get out here, we got the day is full of events for you to participate in. So,
Yes,
reach out.
Absolutely.
And, we talked about artists, and I see that Jax is here on the flyer, and last week we were at the Rock the Mic, and we actually got to see Jax.
Yes.
And he was awesome. So, that's another thing we won't want to miss. So.
Yes, actually, he's my son. I tend not to gloat about it all the time, but he is absolutely phenomenal. We also have a man that does Bill Withers.
Oh.
He will be there. God Squad from Mount Hope will be there. I'm just, searching for the nooks and crannies of our community to come out and just sing or even celebrate with any type of art form that you have. I'm still looking for a liturgical dancer. And then I will be doing a small excerpt from Sojourner Truth. Yeah.
That'll be wonderful. So maybe you can do like a little open mic thing, and just open to the community.
Yes.
So all the
Yes.
talent. And are you all looking for any donations, or is there any other way that, people out there that you really want to get involved can be a part of the events?
Yes. So first of all, I do want to thank Danielle Stewart. She is providing a very nice donation for Juneteenth this year that will help out with food and water and just the typical festivities that we do, just so we can feed the masses. Last year, we bought 300 hamburgers and 300 hot dogs, and all of it went. No price was paid from the community. This was all donated. So we're definitely looking for food donations. And if I could read this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this year, the 19th annual Juneteenth celebration will be on June 17th. Juneteenth is a historical American event celebrated throughout the United States. And the actual day of America's Juneteenth is June 19th. However, we didn't want to conflict with Father's Day and things of that nature. So this day is a history, commemorates the last day slaves are freed in Texas in 1865. Although President Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation of September 22nd, 1862, the actual emancipation of slaves did not occur until almost 2.5 years later. So basically, I'm looking for volunteers to help make the hot dogs. We're looking for volunteers if we get the bouncing house, which I know we will. I would need someone to staff that so that I can't do it all, kind of, sort of. And our board members are just that, board members. So we need the community to lock arms and to come out and help, and also become a member. Yes.
So how do you become a member, the Juneteenth committee?
You reach out to me or Wendy Pennell or Miss Wicks and just let us know. We did get 2 new members, Gladys Baldwin and Paula Johnson, who is now our treasurer, which is phenomenal because then I don't have to manage the money anymore. And it's just $5 per month. And that goes towards our t-shirts or the food or what have you.
Wonderful. And you all have any, like meetings and things like that?
We do. We tend to have meetings on Thursday afternoons or Thursday evenings per se. And then just most recently, we'll do them every week and after church on Sunday, just to make sure we have all our T's crossed and all of our I's dotted. So, yeah.
So is it mostly, planning, for these events? Because I know this is like a big, a big take. So are meetings, mostly revolving around the Juneteenth event, or are there like other, components and things going on?
We tend to involve the NAACP. Also, we include any other, auxiliaries, if you will, that are doing great things in the community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of, room for collaboration with anybody.
Always, yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And I see your shirt here, and we were just talking about t-shirts a little bit. So will those be available?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. These are the new t-shirts this year. What do you think?
Love it.
It's very simple. Next year it'll be better. But what we're doing is we're selling these for $10. They will be for sale at the Hunters Cemetery, where we'll start the Juneteenth prayer, and everyone that buys a t-shirt can put them on, and then we can actually do the formal Freedom Walk. And every year we'll do a Freedom Walk in recognition of something or someone. Wonderful. Yes, so these are $10. I'm not going to put them on Facebook or anything like that. Just come show up, participate, volunteer, get a t-shirt. Let's have a great time.
Wonderful. And it may be, kind of a simple design, but I think it's a very powerful message, and it's for a wonderful cause, days of events.
Yeah, so. It's very just kind of, it's here. We're here.
And just, showing solidarity with the community. So I think it's wonderful. And I'm really excited for it. So, I'll, pop out in a couple days and join a couple of things. So we are about to wrap our first half here, but if you don't mind kind of giving a plug of, your contact information for people to contact you if they want to, volunteer.
Yes. So I am Tina Pennell, president of the Juneteenth Committee here in Beckley. And my information is Tina Pennell. It's just Messenger, or if you want to contact me, my number is 480-313-0610. Again, that number slowly is 480-313-0610.
All right. Awesome. All right, and that wraps our first half. Be sure to come back for our second half, where we talk more about the upcoming 19th annual Juneteenth celebration. Welcome back to Sunday Community Forum. I'm here with the president of the Juneteenth Coalition, the Tina Pennell, and we're talking about the 19th annual Juneteenth event that is about to take place. So what type of reactions do you receive from the community, as, the president of the Juneteenth?
I feel like it's a constant education. Some people know about it and they're like gung-ho, like, I can't wait. Because there's fun, food, and prizes, and it's a time to commune and just families coming together. And I'm not just talking about African American families. When we, over the years at the New River Park, where we've always hosted it, people have come from Princeton, Bluefield, Mount Hope, Oak Hill, the surrounding cities. Not only to eat, but just to celebrate and listen to good music and catch up with old friends. But when I'm at like the library or preparing the flyer, a lot of people are like, now what is Juneteenth? I've never heard of it before. And that's like prime time for me to educate and to tell them just the quick blurb about President Lincoln signing the proclamation and what year he signed it and how many years it took the slaves in Texas. They even have a Juneteenth flag. It's a Texas star and it's blue and red. So next year I will be incorporating the actual Juneteenth flag into our programming. So a lot of education. I had one person say, well, what if I'm not interested in it, or I won't be telling my family about this. It's just not that they're not ready. It is that they are continuously learning more about it. And it's okay if it's not accepted, at least I've told them, or at least you've told them about Juneteenth. Everyone knows about 4th of July, so why not share with the public about Juneteenth and educate them and really just celebrate the that day.
You're even, teaching me more because I didn't know there was official flag,
Yes,
for the.
It was so exciting. I found out this morning. I'm always educating myself, so it's always good to just pass that buck and pay it forward as well.
Definitely. And, I feel that, like you said, it's a continuous education type thing. And I saw that last year, Jim Justice, he, made it official holiday. So, being in Beckley, what type of, feedback or any type of communication with maybe the Mayor Rappaport?
Oh my gosh, he's phenomenal. Mayor Rappaport, thank you. He came out last year and he read the Beckley Proclamation for Juneteenth, and I will have that same proclamation here this year to read. He may or may not be available, but he has just been a strong instrument with Juneteenth. The council in itself has been up close and personal with what do you need, and I'm just so very grateful for the community and the city embracing Juneteenth.
Yeah, that's really wonderful, and I'm really glad that they're very collaborative with it, because I believe that outside of West Virginia there is a misconception, a stigma that. And sometimes a misconception, sometimes I'll tell people, I'm from West Virginia, born and raised. And they're like, well, we didn't know that, there were, a people of color there, and we're a community, and we do, celebrate that. So it's wonderful to be able to give more light to that and more promotion. And
Beckley strong.
Beckley strong. And that the local, councils and, mayors and things, they're supportive of it.
Absolutely. I couldn't be any more ecstatic about that. So, yeah.
And you mentioned you do, kind of an excerpt of Sojourner Truths. Do you think you can give us a little bit of that for the
I can
people?
give you guys a little bit. So Sojourner Truth, well, children, where there's all this racket, there must be something out of kilter. Now, the Negroes in the South and the women up north, they's all talking about rights. That man over there says women don't have rights because Christ wasn't a woman. I could go on further, but I'm going to make sure.
No, you get the rest at the event.
Yes, how about that?
Get the rest at the event. Come get some culture.
Yes, yes. That'd be
and
fun.
I feel that's a really wonderful thing. I think that's what I love most about this is, you're really showing, people the culture and really allowing people to come immerse themselves. No matter what color, no matter, where you come from, your background, you can come out here and celebrate and learn more.
Yes.
So it's really awesome.
Yes.
And what significance does that, the excerpt, from Sojourner Truth, does that have to you?
Well, I learned about her in sixth grade. She's definitely one of my heroes, other than my mother. She was strong. She was forthright. A lot of people don't know, but Sylvia Elementary, right over in East Beckley, those teachers were teaching about history and Black history too. So I just want to kind of debunk that myth that even our educators in Beckley, they are educating where they can possibly do so. Does that make sense? I mean, I was in elementary school in the 70s, so I am dating myself. I'll be 52 tomorrow.
Oh,
yes,
happy
so
birthday.
I'll be celebrating a birthday. So Juneteenth is my birthday celebration.
Oh, wonderful.
So I tend to use that as my birthday. But yeah, for the most part, Sojourner Truth, she meant a lot to me because she was a go-getter. It was like she was a force of nature. So I'm just trying to emulate that spirit and keep it going.
I feel it's definitely important because, you know, across the country, there's been kind of a debate over what should be taught in schools, and if, you know, Black history, if history about, you know, other people should be taught.
Yes, yes, indeed. I'm really and truly contemplating getting a doctoral in government and policy, just to learn even more and immerse myself in women's rights. And really talk about the importance of salaries for women. Not that we're not too far behind, but there still needs to be some policy written in place and some true advocates, not to bark about it, but to have a solution about it.
Absolutely.
You
And
know
I think
what I
it's
mean?
also education. I see that a lot of times, like, that discrimination, it more so comes from like unconscious bias. They must automatically make an assumption, well, because you're a woman, you might have kids and you might have a family, you might not be able to dedicate more of your time to us.
Or you may not be able to fly because, or you can't take this job because you know, you fly everywhere. No, I flew everywhere when I was raising my two boys. I was out of Minnesota. Even though I'm born and bred here, all my jobs had me flying everywhere. I was a recruiter for Target stores. So at any given day, one of the CEOs or the board would say, I want you to be at my college this week to recruit people for Target. So it's an equal playing ground if people could see it that way, or if employers could see it that way.
Definitely, because, you know, everybody's different and everybody's capable of doing, like, rising to the occasion.
That's it.
They just need a chance.
That's it.
It's wonderful. And have you ever, like, really had any blowback, you know, in the community from anybody that you've tried to educate? And how have you kind of handled that from somebody who reacted negatively?
I just basically understood that everyone's not ready. It's kind of like in the Bible when Jesus said, it's not my time. I just revert everything back to, if I get negative blowback, I definitely think about what is read and what is written in the Bible, and then I respond that way so that I'm still holy and I'm still a child of God, and I'm responding as a child of God, because everyone isn't ready for that level of information. So why push it on them, right? Just give them a little taste, a little bit of the education, and if there's going to be a conflict about it, we can agree to disagree because it's just new information.
Definitely. And I think giving them that grace will maybe allow them to circle back around when they are ready and be like, hey, you know, that thing you were talking to me about, maybe we could talk about it some more.
Absolutely.
Or maybe they might want to join the committee too.
You never, ever know. You never know, but that's the way to respond to it.
Yeah. And it'd be wonderful, you know, if we can build like that sort of platform where it's just open communication and education and, you know, meeting people where they are.
Just meeting them where they are, that's good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, let's see. I think that there was also another event here going on later on, July 29th at the Raleigh Playhouse.
Yes, so tickets, so at the Raleigh Playhouse, July 29th, we're gonna still have those same singers plus more, so please reach out to me. We've got Jack singing, we have, I think his name is Bobby, but I don't wanna say it because I didn't look at my phone to make sure, but we have several local artists coming to sing. The tickets are $10. As well as the t-shirts are $10. We're trying to keep everything reasonable, if you will. And the doors will open up at 7 for that concert. And I just absolutely can't wait. It's just a fun time to just shake your tail feather, I guess. Or just dance and just everyone celebrating the whole aura of Juneteenth and what it means. It's a jubilee. At the end of the day, we're just celebrating freedom and our liberties. So come out, please.
Definitely. I feel like they will, definitely. And we're going to do, everything that we can to kind of like, plug it and let people know, hey guys, this is where we're going to be
This is what
at. So you
Beckley's
guys
doing.
come on out.
Absolutely. And, of course, Charleston always does a great Juneteenth. One of my sorority members, I cannot thank her enough, but she does Juneteenth down in Charleston. And that sorority is Delta Sigma Theta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what else was I going to say? We pretty much, covered everything, but it's just such an exciting event, and you have days of things for people to do. So actually, we're running up of time, so we actually didn't talk about everything that we could talk about. So before we go, though, can you plug your information just one more time for the people?
Absolutely. So June 19th is our official Juneteenth celebration. However, all of the functions and events will start on June 16th, Friday, from 12 to 5. Have your children sign up on Kids Bowl Free. Reach out to me if you need the link. And then also on the 17th of June, 9 to about 11, we will be at the Historical Hunter Cemetery from 9 o'clock to about 11. And then vendors will start setting up at the New River Park from 12 to 5. Food, fun, and family and friends. But for the Freedom Walk, pick up your t-shirts at the Hunter Cemetery between 9 and 11. The Freedom Walk will start at about 9:30, 10 o'clock once everybody has their t-shirts on, and we'll walk from Hunter Cemetery all the way over to Smoot Avenue, right in front of Stratton Junior High.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Right?
And thank you all for joining us.